After Yunji left, Lu Yang stripped off his clothes, bit down on the reed straw, and jumped into the wooden bucket. In the next instant, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the air, as though a pig were being slaughtered. Hearing the scream, Yunji hurried back at once, pushing open the door as she stepped inside. "What's wrong, junior brother?" Lu Yang lay sprawled beside the tub, weakly gasping. "Boiling water, eldest senior sister, do you use boiling water to bathe?" Upon seeing Lu Yang completely unclothed, she showed a rare trace of embarrassment, and quickly shut the door again. Afterwards, Yunji took out 2 bottles of medicine and handed them to the wooden puppet, instructing, "This is burn ointment, and this is rapid hair growth potion, help him apply the medicine." After handing over the medicine, she immediately departed, silently thinking, "Today I still need to finish reading that book, be careful not to injure mortals." She had barely taken a few steps when Lu Yang's scream rang out once more, be gentle, ah, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts." Yunji thought to herself, "I should also read through 100 rules to be careful of when interacting with ordinary people." Body tempering in progress, self-produced and self-consumed. Time passed, and through brutally enforced training, spirit beast meat, and specially formulated medicinal baths, Lu Yang finally evolved from an ordinary mortal into an outstanding street performer with scorched, peeling skin and remarkable vat handling skills. 3 water vats, each weighing 200 pounds, were tossed around like sandbags by Lu Yang, tracing graceful arcs through the air. Lu Yang could even balance atop the rims of the vats, spinning in circles while performing the bagua steps as though walking on level ground. Even when the vats were laid sideways and rolling beneath him, he remained perfectly stable. He even had enough spare energy to juggle 3 additional vats simultaneously. This skill alone would undoubtedly earn roaring applause on any street corner. While training, Lu Yang sank into thought. Meng Jingzhou came by recently and told me that nearly everyone from our batch has already successfully drawn qi into their bodies. But after all this time, I'm still here tempering my body, playing with vats. After thinking this, he sighed deeply. I wonder how much longer I'll have to continue practicing like this. Just as discouragement began creeping in, Yunji suddenly appeared, startling him. She spoke. "Your body tempering progress is slightly faster than I anticipated. It's time for the next stage." Despite rarely showing herself, Yunji had in fact been monitoring Lu Yang's progress the entire time. Lu Yang set the vats down and asked excitedly, "Eldest senior sister, you're here, can I draw qi into my body now?" He silently awaited her answer, scarcely daring to exhale. Yunji did not answer immediately. Instead, she ordered the wooden puppet to wheel out a wooden cart, then continued, "You have already mastered lifting heavy as though it were light." The new challenge she presented was lifting light as though it were heavy, an exercise demanding extraordinary precision in force control. Before him was an entire cart piled high with delicate white tofu. His task was to lift each piece using only his palm without crushing it. Lu Yang stared blankly at the tofu challenge, but still confidently declared that he would give it a try. However, the moment his fingers twitched ever so slightly, the tofu crumbled apart and splattered onto the ground. His face turned pale as paper, sweat pouring down like rain as he realized this task was far more difficult than he had imagined. Forcing an awkward smile, he reassured himself that he had merely been careless, then resolutely prepared to start over. "Don't rush, try again, try again." Yet no matter how many times he retried, the only result was shattered tofu beneath his overly forceful hands. Roaring with determination, Lu Yang threw himself back into the pitiful pile of tofu, refusing to believe he couldn't succeed. In the end, only 2 intact pieces of tofu remained before Lu Yang, leaving him utterly speechless in helpless despair. Yunji reminded him, "Find the correct feeling, use your body to control the force, not your spiritual platform." With her palm facing downward, she casually grasped a piece of tofu and shook it lightly, yet it remained perfectly intact. Suddenly, she released it, allowing it to fall, only to snatch it again with lightning speed. Holy shit! Witnessing such an incredible display, Lu Yang's eyes nearly bulged from shock, utterly unable to believe what he had just seen. After demonstrating, Yunji turned and left, though not without adding, "You must not waste food. The tofu you crush will become your meals from now on. This tofu is no ordinary item either. long-term consumption regulates the 5 elements and offers countless benefits. Brimming with confidence, Lu Yang replied, "Don't worry, this is far easier than carrying vats, and it's not tiring. Eating tofu for a few days won't be any problem at all." Yet only a few days later, he had already fallen into severe depression. Seeing tofu everywhere, he looked and swearing he would never touch it again for the rest of his life. But with the instincts of a highly experienced supervisor, the wooden puppet suddenly loomed behind him, murderous intent blazing in its eyes, before applying the right palm rule directly to Lu Yang's cheek and sending him spinning several times. Clutching his face, Lu Yang asked blankly, "What are you doing?" The wooden puppet coldly replied, "You're cross-eyed, and you didn't respond when I called you. It's time to eat. Today's dishes are pan-fried tofu, stir-fried tofu, deep-fried tofu, braised tofu, cold-tossed tofu, jelly tofu, tofu soup, tofu meatballs. Pan-fried tofu, stir-fried tofu, deep-fried tofu, jelly tofu, braised tofu, tofu soup, cold-tossed tofu, tofu meatballs." Merely hearing the menu made Lu Yang dizzy, as though his entire world were spinning uncontrollably. All the ingredients were made from the tofu Lu Yang had crushed during the day. He had even heard that the tofu pudding and soy milk were gifts from a kind-hearted shop owner. Lu Yang mentally thanked all 8 generations of his ancestors. "I'm not hungry right now, I want to keep practicing," he firmly refused. However, the wooden puppet clearly did not accept that answer, and Lu Yang's agonized scream once again echoed across the mountain peak. "Wait, what are you going to do?" He lay face down on the floor, desperately pleading, "Spare me, I don't want to eat tofu anymore, just one meal, can I skip just one meal?" "Not eating is not allowed." Returning to his room, Lu Yang collapsed onto his stone bed, looking utterly haggard as he weakly muttered, "Tofu, tofu, when will I finally stop having to eat tofu?" Just as exhaustion and culinary trauma overwhelmed him, his expression suddenly brightened as he sensed something unusual. Without warning, a dense mist surged in from all directions, engulfing everything around him. Lu Yang jolted upright in panic, completely bewildered. He found himself standing within a vast, mystical white void and wondered, "Where has this brought me? Is this still the Wendao Sect?" A deep, ancient voice echoed, "Young man, this is a temporary space constructed by this seat, no one can detect it." Lu Yang turned around but saw no one. The voice continued, "This seat has witnessed eternal ages and countless mighty experts whose cultivation shook the world, yet none escaped the passage of time, all reduced to mere size. But this seat remains eternal, unfettered and free. Today, on a whim, this seat performed a finger divination and determined that you share destiny with this seat, thus your soul was summoned here. This space contains everything from chi condensation to tribulation transcendence, cultivation methods and pills, secret manuals and profound insights. Upon reaching each stage, you will unlock a portion of this seat's inheritance." Lu Yang's eyes widened in utter disbelief, unable to believe such a heaven-defying opportunity had simply fallen into his lap. The moment he heard about supreme inheritance, the young man instantly changed his tone, respectfully clasping his hands as he asked, "Who is senior?" "Ha ha!" In response to his eager attitude, only hearty laughter reverberated endlessly throughout the mist-filled void. Then, a shadowy figure gradually began to emerge,